jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Shout out WCS back on the Boulevard is and you to supporters. Big shout out to the first in the building. Let's get it. Big Blunts and Boxing. Saw the Instagram post. What's good, OG? Yes, sir. Salute to you, Blunt. Salute to you, brother. The GOAT on deck. Shout out and good morning to Fistiana Fights. You already know what it is. Fistiana, oh, Fistiana. Shout to Destiny Black. I haven't seen you in a while, but salute for you pulling up. Shout out to the one and only Destiny Black on deck. Hey, come back in the chat. Salute to you, Destiny. Hope all has been well with you. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long hiatus, but you know you always welcome. My guy, Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime. Sizzle, the sauce is on deck, man. Salute to Team Tucker. Salute to the chat, Hot Grease, smash the like button. You already know, man. Shout out to my guy, his team. Big fight, April 1st, man. He's going in there for his 10th professional showdown. You already know what it is. Juice Lee, salute. What's good? What's good with it, Juice? On deck. Salute to everyone that's in the building, man. You know, 2023 ain't no different. You know, I had to return with the nutritional facts when it comes to the Hot Grease Chronicles EP 93, people. The reason why I had to return because people was starting to get a little bit comfortable not hearing me speak on Crawford because I felt like it really wasn't no change. You know, I was just waiting for a subtle change, a little ripple in the social media, you know what I'm saying, pond as you speak. You know what I'm saying? I was just waiting because the same shit was just floating around all the time. He's like, man, it's the same damn topics, the same headlines and all that. But lately, they have begun to pick up because look, it's about to close down on the back end of March. And you're going to get to April. April is going to bring us closer to basically seeing exactly what the schedule is going to be like for Terrence Crawford's next fight. Okay, if you don't know who Terrence Crawford is, right? Salute to the pound for pound game. I'm saying 0 defeats, 3 outs. From Omaha, Nebraska, that monster. His last fight was December 10th against Davies. It was a lot that was going on with why he fought David Abenisian, you know, why he was with B, how did he think he was going to get paid. It was just so much was negative content that was being filtered out here. Why it just became like a damn polluted water stream all the time. You see it flowing downstream. You see all the debris. They kept on saying the same shit over and over again, like boxing doesn't allow bums to get off the couch, sign up for a license. You know what I'm saying? take a blood test to see if they're HIV negative, hepatitis B negative, Hep B negative. That's the basic, simple paperwork that you have to fill out if you want to be a professional fighter. Now, this is not the first time I said this, but this basic to fill out and become a professional fighter. So most of that, I can fight. If you only become 1-0, I can do a fight. I can get you bum. I can have you on here bragging. Man, I goddamn fought this cat that was a debut. I knocked his ass clean the fuck out on 1-0. I'm defeated. I'm undefeated. It's just that easy. I know all the components to get you a fight. And look, get you a fight so easy that you won't even have no worries, bro. You would get your full paycheck. You won't even have no worries. You'll be like saying, I never understood it was this easy. Yes. You don't have to have an amateur pedigree. You can have 0 amateur fights. They really don't know what your street record is. They don't care. Long as you test negative for what I just said, pass the eye exam, go through a minor physical, and you too can become an undefeated professional boxer. So with that said, I'm asking myself if they don't know the origins for which boxing fighters to come on deck, right? They should ask somebody. Because why are they still wondering and curious and desperately seeking answers as to why Crawford is fighting who he's fighting? The word has been out there. The hot grease has been cooking. Why are y'all still fucking complaining about who he's fighting next? I tell you like this. If you feel some type of way about who he's fighting next, and you don't agree with it, do something about it, man. Steven Espinosa seems like to be an active Twitter recipient. His fingertips are active. Them Twitter fingers are active, right? Why don't you send a tweet to him and come up with new ideas opposite of what he's telling you about the piracy of pay-per-view, fans not purchasing the fights, pretty much projecting all the culpability on us as to why the fight can't be made. But yet, these hoe-ass niggas continue to sit up here and say the same thing all the time. And you're not pissing nobody off except yourself. I'm just saying, just take a little bit of moment, just take a moment and say, you know what, why don't I at least write down 5 bullet points, send them to Steven Espinosa on how I think the fight can happen. You never know. You might find yourself working for Showtime. You know what I'm saying? You might find yourself, if he feels that your bullet points was productive and it was information they can use, you might find yourself working for Showtime. You might be able to leave YouTube in the rearview mirror and say, you know what? Hey, WCS put it out there. I did it. Now I feel like I'm somebody special. I'm important. But if you ain't willing to do that, the only thing I'm asking you on this Sunday, right? Because church is still in session for some of y'all, right? All you have to do right now, I want you to get up, like I said last night, when it's time for the benediction, take your punk ass up to the front of the church and say, preacher, I just need for you to pray for me because I'm steadily out here sinning. You know, I come up here on Sunday because I feel guilty about being an asshole the entire week about this Terrence Crawford situation. And I continue to be extremely biased. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all about gender bending. I'm in here, I'm dressed like a man, but on YouTube, I'm the biggest bitch I want to be. And I keep on doing bitch ass type shit by making up false topics, putting out false information on a situation that I cannot change. Why don't you go up there and tell him that? Tell him to pray and layeth his hand upon your head so you can get that forgiveness that you're looking for. For real. I need for all y'all that might be in church right now and still fumbling around on YouTube when you're supposed to be paying attention to the sermon. I want y'all to sit up here and ask the preacher to pray that you all are able to change the topic and keep Terrence Crawford's name out your motherfucking mouth. We tired of this shit. Tired of hearing your lame ass get on here and say the same shit that's not gonna change. If the shit's not gonna change, shut your ass up. Don't nobody want to hear the same little bum ass narratives, man, about a situation you can't change. Man, if Errol Spence was up next, okay, cool, he's up next. But from what I understand, shit, a lot of his kinfolk, they losing faith in this nigga. He wanna jump outside 47 and go to 54 all of a sudden. Why continue to talk about it if it's Terrence Crawford's fault? Crawford is older than Spence, but yet he's still able to make 147. Make it make sense. You know what's the wild part of it, though? What's the worst part of shit is these niggas, they won't feel safe until they pretty much age Crawford out and want to talk about this fight. You know what I'm saying? When his age become his wins, when he gets in his 40s, then that's when they're going to feel safe about making this fight. He's 35 right now. They trying to age the man out 36, 37. You know what I'm saying? They trying to say, okay, I think it's about that time right now. We let about 2 more years tick off. Yeah, I think it's a safe time to say we want to make this fight. Have y'all ever thought about this may be a blessing in disguise? Have y'all ever thought about this shit? Those of you that's in the chat, just think about that. Let me see what's in the chat. Shout out on this Sunday morning to the apostles. I have just seen the apostles on deck. I am Cam Edwards in the building. One love to the Archbishop, WCS in the chat. The apostles are in the building to lift the hands and spread the good news of boxing. Can I get an amen? Thank you. You all may take your seats, please. Take your seats. Thank you. And let's carry on. Shout out to SB90. What's good? Now, see, I'm going to have to put an NDA on the attention y'all giving Fistiana. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fooled. Fistiana, I got to take money, and more money. Man, y'all giving Fistiana. Look, do I need to put some RSOs up in this bitch? Should I put some RSOs in here? Goddamn, the chat is going in. You know what I'm saying? Talking about making sandwiches, motherfucking cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? What's the Sunday brunch looking like? Shit, I was just on the other live stream. I was saying, you know what, Fistiana, man, you know, I got mad love for her because she was a vet, you know. Easy on the eyes and everything. She knows her boxing. I actually seen another channel freeze up when he called her out and she comes on there. He just started drooling on himself, right? So I was saying to myself, like, hey, I look at it like this. Y'all are taking some of these women on YouTube too lightly because they trying to dig in them pockets and make them bets. They ruthless, y'all. I'm going to start putting some RSOs out here, some restraining orders. For real. Oz, what's good? That's right. Every top fighter from 147 to 154 is scared of Bud. Only the likes of Amir Khan and Abanesian aren't scared of him. Surprisingly, nobody at 135 and 40 was scared of him. Talk your shit. What's going on, Daniels? He said the entire welterweight division has ran from Bud, Virgil, Keith, and Spence. No smoke. NO on deck. So listen. Let's put them in the hot grease, right? How long are we gonna have to wait for Bud Crawford to get a fight at welterweight as the WBO, as the reigning defending WBO welterweight world champion. How long are we going to wait? Because we got some big names still there. Ugas is set to fight Barrios. So Bud couldn't go over there and beat up on Ugas like Spence did. And I'm glad he didn't, because we don't need another common opponent. We don't need another common opponent of Spence for Bud to go in here and stop. We don't need it. So exclude Ugas out the way. We don't know what the fuck Keith Thurman got going on. Danny Garcia left. I ain't mad at him. He got the hell up out that motherfucker. Right? It's been taught for several years. So my biggest question about this whole thing is, if Espinosa is coming out talking about pay-per-view piracy and that the networks are charging more, who has the answers as to why Spence haven't stepped up and fought Crawford yet? Somebody explain to me why these same channels on here, these aerosexuals, these queens of Spence, why can't they get up in touch with this man? Because supposedly, quote unquote, people have Errol Spence's number and they communicate with him and all this other bullshit. But what I see is these motherfuckers refuse to mention this dude's name. So they frauding the YTC boxing community because they ain't really trying to make the fight. They're acting like they're in big support of Spence, but they're not in support of Spence. Real talk. They're in support of talking shit about Bud Crawford all day, every day. So I'm asking the motherfucking question. When are you all gonna go to class, sit y'all punk asses in the desk, and come up with a plan on how to make this fight happen? Because listen, if you can sit up here and make 25 to 30 motherfucking live streams in 48 hours, right, on Terrence Crawford, why can't y'all sit down in an environment and come up with an answer to say, you know what, I think this will work right here? Why can't y'all come together? Instead of speaking about Bud, speak about Spence, man. Speak about the shit he ain't doing. Speak about the shit you wish he was doing. Speak about the shit he should have been doing. That's all I want you to do. Because all this of what we're hearing ain't changing nothing. It might be a blessing in disguise that this fight ain't happening. It might have been a blessing in disguise that you all have seen this man get his ass beat. Because all the shit y'all was talking, it's a reason why y'all so fucking angry. I figured this out months ago. The reason why these niggas are so angry, because really they truly disappointed in Spence. They've laid in the bed of Errol Spence support this entire time, and he ain't produced anything except 3 titles, right? But what's 3 titles if you're not gonna close the show? What the fuck is 3 titles if you're not gonna close the show, bro? What the fuck is 3 titles if you're not gonna close the show? You got up there post-fight conference and you said what? Terrence, whatever you call him, Terrence Crawford, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt, right? So I'm saying, what happened with the itinerary, shawty? What the fuck happened to the itinerary? If you was gonna come for the motherfucking belt, you got 3. You did all the heavy fucking lifting. Why haven't these channels come out here and came up with an alternative for this fight to happen? Why haven't y'all asked to interview Steven Espinosa to try to make this fight happen next, instead of you all up here talking about Alexis Rocha? Y'all niggas act like you barely made it through middle school. You still visit from time to time on your day off just to go there and say, oh man, this it makes me feel good. It just takes me back. This takes me back so I love it. Excuse me, can I still go there? And y'all have free lunch? I didn't bring any money on me. Y'all still have free lunch when I used to go here? Okay, cool. I'm just curious, why don't y'all just bring Espinosa into the equation? Because y'all talk to everybody else. Bring them into the equation and try to come up with an alternative for Spence to come to the fight, bro. Just all this heavy lifting, 3 belts, take the easy route. Nigga, old news. We seen you take the easy route, but somehow, some way you convincing us that you're waiting for Terrence Crawford to give you the motherfucking belt. You want him to drop the belt, move up to 154, so you can fulfill your manifesto that you couldn't complete while he was active as a welterweight world champion. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Daniel said the entire welterweight division has ran from Bud, Boots, Virgil, Keith, and Spence. Now, put this into the equation, right? We just had a situation not too long ago about Boots being thrown back in the equation. They tried this shit last year in 2022. Terrence Crawford ain't doing that. He just came off from beat Sean Porter. Oh, man, he ain't doing that, and he can fight Boots. But come to find out, Boots didn't want the Terrence Crawford fight. They have business, bro. They have business. They have a Google Maps to the destination where they're trying to go in welterweight division, and that is the IBF route. We're seeing it play out, right? So, all of a sudden, this is how fucked up the warehouse is when it comes to the YTC media, right? They try to insert Boots into a situation that himself and Bozy wasn't trying to be in. We seen the dumb shit play out again. Oh, let's just use Boots' name as an alibi, you know, for this topic of the conversation, and let's clout chase off Terrence Crawford's name and act like, oh, we trying to make a fight that's not gonna happen. The dumbest shit ever, bro. The dumbest shit ever. There are channels out here that's still doing debates on Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. The most dumbest shit I've seen on YTC. The negotiation process for 22 is done, over. We're looking for refreshments. We're looking for something new and conducive in 23 to lead us in the right fucking direction. This shit that's going on, still talking about who ducked who and all that. I can tell you one thing about ducking. Terrence Crawford is the most duck fighter right now. Point blank, period. They trying to put this man out the door. The man barely takes punishment like that. And the biggest fight that they say was in boxing, I haven't heard the aerosexuals come out here and continue to talk about the biggest fight in boxing. They've given up, y'all. They gave up long fucking time ago. They gave up. They refuse to talk about this shit anymore. They refuse to talk about it. You don't even hear Errol Spence's name really without Terrence Crawford being an addition to the narrative. You don't even hear them have a dialogue or a live stream. If they mention freaking Errol Spence, they got to bring in Terrence Crawford to spice it up. See, us as Crawford supporters, we can have a whole live stream and talk nothing about Crawford. We can talk strictly about Crawford because there's nothing to talk about when it comes to Spence. Well, recently, I'll tell you this. Let me just digress a little bit and talk about what they've been saying. So we all know that Anthony Joshua was in Texas. He was training with Derrick James, right? And people were making a big deal about him finally showing some US some love, you know, coming on the back end of his career. He didn't want to really come over and fuck with us, you know, when he was undefeated. Anthony Joshua didn't want to come over here and even fight. The first time he came over here, he lost his titles. He said, no. I don't want to come over there no more. Nah. And then him and Eddie Hearns having conversation. You know, it's a big market over there. You should go, Joshua. You should go back to the U.S. No, I didn't think so. You know, I go back when I feel like it. You know what I mean? I just go back when I feel like it. Not right now, Eddie. So now he comes over here after losing twice to Alexander Usyk to learn new shit. In the process of him learning new shit over there, Errol Spence is supposed to be the big fish. Now, it's according to how you're looking at the big fish. We all know when it comes to the Errol Spence, the aerosexual fans, what they view as a big fish is them picking up the magnifying glass and holding that shit up to a goddamn little bitty jar with a goldfish in that bitch. And then they keep on moving the damn shit back and forth. Away from their face to their face. Way to. That's the big fish they look at. It's just a little gold-ass goldfish. A little small-ass goldfish that they looking through the magnifying glass. It's like, oh, that shit's cool right there. That's cool. So you supposed to have the big fish that's doing all this shit over there at World Class Boxing. Anthony Joshua's on deck. And just to spruce up Errol Spence in 23, they saying that he's in there sparring with Joshua. He's in there sparring with Joshua. So one or two things is fact. He really trying to basically motivate himself by going in there getting work with Joshua in preparation for Joshua's fight with Jermaine Franklin. All right, that may be a fact. It may be genuinely doing that. And then on the other hand, Errol Spence may be getting that training and work to move up to 154. Either way it goes, if it's the second one, he's moving up to 154, then I'm just saying, at this point in time, get off the belts, vacate them, so we can move the fuck on. Because it gets exhausting seeing these channels continue to make the same retreaded content just for views. It's pathetic, bro. Like, let this shit go, man. You don't have shit to say about Spence. None of y'all niggas can get an interview with him. Just let it go, bro. Just let it go. You failed. Y'all failed. Y'all claim that you was rocking with Spence heavy, and the dude has not even had a fight since last April 16th to be exact, and you come up here in 2023, and we about to hit April, and he still don't have a fight. But yet y'all want to bring out, well, breaking, word has it that Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford are in secret talks. Why? Those two names don't have no secrecy to it. If you look through YouTube and get the street sweeper out, you will be able to collect thousands upon thousands of lives on what happened last year, who believes what and why, right? So you have all this information about what went down last year, who walked away and why they walked away and all this, who's responsible for ducking and all this shit. You have all this collective information that is out there in the YTC. But then when you get over here, they're in secret negotiations. But now the big talk is, with the secret negotiations, hint, it's only a day left for a purse bid. So now I'm hearing Terrence Crawford is awaiting a purse bid for Alexis Rocha. And this is supposed to be news. I don't care if he's waiting for a purse bid. I don't care. Whoever Terrence Crawford steps in the ring with is who he steps in the ring with. I don't have no problem with that. Who I would like for him to step in the ring with, I would like for him to step in the ring with Spence, of course, to basically get this out the way. Because I want to get my subscriber count up. I want to be able to go on a headstone tour once Terrence Crawford freaking go in here and stop Spence in under 6 rounds. I really want to go on a headstone tour after Crawford goes in here and layeth hands on Errol Spence Jr. I don't see the fight. I don't see the fight going the way people think it's gonna go. I just don't see it, man. And that's why, like I tell you, that's why the Spencerholics stay mad. They stay irritated, because the whole shit has been bogus from the beginning. Errol Spence has let them down. He's not 100%. You know what I'm saying? They can't get in contact with him. The only time that he's been seen is on Twitter. And we don't know what the fuck he's talking about on Twitter. But I can assure you this, right? I'm happy that Terrence Crawford finally addressed a portion of his haters because they deserve to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? They deserve to be addressed for how they was ridiculing freaking Terrence Crawford out here. But see the trend? Okay, so when Errol Spence came out and he agreed with a dude about clout chasing and making money off some, all Errol Spence had to say is facts. And people try to redirect that shit. Some of them took it personal and said, oh, he was talking about us. That's fucked up if he's talking about us. We really fuck with him and this, that, and that. They didn't know what to think. But when Bud Crawford said that he need to stop, he be wanting to step on them soft niggas, or he responded talking about, yeah, y'all don't like me, but every time I look on Twitter or something, y'all have my name in your posts. You know what I'm saying? So really y'all love me because y'all keep talking shit about me. Y'all really love me. But you had individuals that continue to talk shit and shit like Fanon. Fanon go up here and continue to ridicule and blast this man on social media. And he's the same one that'll get on here and act like he's an active attorney and act like his level of intelligence is much higher than the average human being. But yet with that intelligence, obviously, he's lacking some other deficiency. I mean, he's lacking something else when it comes to proficiency, because he would get on here and continue the so-called consider himself a boxing channel and then make up false ass damn content. You know what I'm saying? He's become like a gossip columnist now. He will lie on the man and continue to talk shit. And then when Crawford addresses him, right, he said, yeah, blessings to you and yours. You know what I'm saying? You and your girl. Nobody ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. And then he got mad because I addressed him on Twitter. And I told him, I said, man, it was despicable in what you was doing, because you kept on addressing that man and putting his name out here over and over again. So Fanon chose to attempt to address me as a boy, right? And look, it's laughable. This penis head looking nigga will sit up here and try to address somebody as a boy when he thrived himself on intelligence, on pretending that he's so intelligent. Okay? He thrives. It's a difference. Like, people can say you're using big words all the time. That doesn't make you intelligent. That means you just understand a more advancement of the English vocabulary. But he always trying to put situations as if they're his own. He always try to take possession of, right? So being that he always attempt to take possession of and give you his point of view like it's a one-on-one consultation. You feel me? So he attempted to address me as boy, and I'm older than this nigga, did more in my life than this nigga. Real talk. And I always tell them, I say, if you feel comfortable about yourself, don't do YouTube for a month. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just relax. Whoosah. Whoosah. Just relax. Let it go. And see how it works out. Deck with the $2 super chat in the building. Salute to you, Haynes. What's good? When 37-year-old Bud stops Spence, they can't say shit. Hey, man, they trying to age that man out. You know what I'm saying? They trying to age him up, and they're going to feel safe when they age him to his wins. You know, he's 35. They want to age him till he get close to his 40s. You know what I'm saying? Late 30s, like 38, 39, 40. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Haynes Legacy for that $2 super chat, my brother. Much appreciated. One love to you. Al Money on deck. I see you. Brooks on deck. He said everybody's just waiting for Spence to drop the belt so they can get a belt to duck Bud by pricing themselves out. This is what I mentioned previously about, you know, the age. They trying to age him to his wins. They trying to age this man up to 40 because he's bound to pick up 40. You know, if he's fighting Alexis Rocha next, he's gonna get 40, right? So they're trying to age this man to his wins, and then feel it's safe for him to now get a fight with Spence. That's what I see. The Exo Factory on deck. I see you. OG, what's good, big bro? Them guys don't want no smoke with Bud because he putting everybody to sleep. Look, I put it out there before about the sea blind community. We live in an era where we have more technology, but since a lot of us are absolutely focused entirely on this technology, we don't want to take depth in reading certain things and doing research and finding multiple references at this damn time. We'd just rather let our ears hear it from somebody, right? So when you see something that's fucked up, the motherfuckers are blind for it to register to them for what it actually truly is. That's the sea blind community we in. Bud is knocking motherfuckers out in the welterweight division, from Jeff Horn all the way to David Avanesian. Stopping them. When asked on camera, you know, would it be more beneficial for you or fulfilling for you to get the knockout or the win? And Bud say, you know, as long as I get the win, that's what majority, you know, that's what I like. But we all know that the kill switch that Bud has is different than most. It's different, y'all. His kill switch is different. You know what I'm saying? You defended your title 7 freaking times. I mean, come on, bro. You defended your welterweight title 7 times. So everybody that Bud Crawford is knocked out of the welterweight division, you cannot place that as a threat of danger when it comes to Errol Spence. Yes, you can. You need to consider that. You need to consider the last 5 opponents of Errol Spence. You need to look at it carefully. You need to find some type of damn lab equipment and put that shit on the microscope and zoom in on it and say, you know what? I think I've been defrauded. I think I've been taken advantage of. I'm wondering, can I file a civil suit? The man fought a lightweight and then went the distance with a lightweight. But people hyping him up based off Mikey Garcia's divisions that he won. But peep this out, it's gonna get fuzzy real quick. They hype Mikey Garcia up because he's Mexican, right? They would give him all the glory of the land. This man was undefeated. He was this. He moved up to fight Errol Spence because he wanted to challenge himself. But what they won't tell you is that Mikey Garcia was in the same weight class that they criticized Yorkis Gamboa when every time Terrence Crawford's name come up to these lame ass niggas that keep on talking about the same shit. They never bring up Mikey Garcia, what division he started off of, but they'll quickly bring up Gamboa. They will quickly bring up Gamboa, y'all. How does that work? How can you become that ignorant and you call yourself a hardcore boxing fans and every time a debate come up, you'll say, well, he was hurt by Gamboa who was in this weight class. When truly it doesn't make sense, because when Pacquiao name comes up, they don't tell you the first weight class that Manny Pacquiao fought in. They don't bring up the fact that Manny Pacquiao was knocked out cold before he even had 20 professional fights, y'all. He was knocked out cold. He was put to sleep just like Juan Manuel Marquez put him to sleep. He was put to sleep, y'all. But when it comes to common opponents, Mikey Garcia never gets the reflection. They never reach back in history and put that tag on Mikey when it's coming to a debate and say, you know, Mikey, a so-and-so weight division. No, they won't say that. But let them talk about Bud Crawford, a 3-weight world champion, formerly undisputed. All they want to do is talk about Gamboa. So you tell me, Are these people considered the high end of boxing intellect? Or maybe they are doing research to improve their boxing intellect, but due to them being intellectually deficient, it may be hindering their progress when it comes to their boxing intellect. Am I right or wrong? It may be a conflict going on there. It may be a conflict, y'all. They may be studying their ass off. You know how some people can get on here and they can talk a game, right? But yet when it comes to them motherfucking books cracking open, they really don't have the patience to study shit off textbook or look up criteria to research shit. They just might not have the patience. So maybe these aerosexuals are basically trying to do enough research to enhance their education, to come in here and talk this shit. But yet, due to them kicking rocks during grade school when they were supposed to be paying attention during the critical learning experience, being that they were skipping school when they should have been in the motherfucking classroom, that might be hindering them from learning or basically increasing the level. You know what I'm saying? Increasing their level of education when it comes down to it. That might be it. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess in the light. Exo say, Fistiana Fights, my beautiful sister, the queen. How are you? Shout out to the queens on deck for sure. Shout out to the queens. You feel me? They act like Bud wasn't the first since Jermaine Taylor to become undisputed. Listen, now you know, hey, you talking some sense now, right? Like Bud was over there with some heavy hitters when the shit was very limited. They had a small group of names over there in the 4-bet era that held them straps. Bud was in there with some hitters, bro. Before the Canelo Alvarez, before the Alexander Usyks, before the Josh Taylors, before the Devin Haney's, before the Jamel Charlos, you feel me? He was over there with a small group of elite names. Seriously. They don't want to give a man his respect. Salute to WCS in the chat. Smash the like button. WCS, stay cooking with the hot grease. Bandelli on deck. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Every time AJ comes to America, he loses. Hey, man. What they trying to say, Cam, is that he is over there at the world-class boxing gym in Texas, right? And he's winning. Because I seen a headline to say Anthony Joshua is no longer in charge. You know what they told me? That he was around a lot of yes men up to this point. If they put that shit in the headlines, that he's no longer in charge, so it pretty much explains some of the biggest fights he was in. He didn't perform well. So now it's just like I was saying in all those Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua debates, that he was another entitled individual that they put all that muscle mass on, and they expected him to go out there and be Muhammad Ali of the UK. That shit didn't work. So it takes for you to take 2 L's back to back, to come over here and be a part of a gym and let Derek James do what your trainers were supposed to be doing anyway? You had to pick up a third freaking loss for you to adhere to what a trainer is supposed to be doing? No, bro. Look, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it, Joshua. That ain't it, bro. Nah. Well, nah. We don't give a fuck about that. That ain't it, bro. Should have been paying attention long before. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was telling you. You knew yourself from being in those fights, your cardio sucked. Anyway. Cheryl, Big Anchovy Sprints. Michael Johnson, Boxer Talking Boy, what's good? On deck. I don't listen to then I just keep it pushing. OG don't see Ryan and Arrow going past 6. I don't see Errol. I just think internally Errol Spence is damaged. Like, I'm not his physician, nor am I a doctor who pretends to have received my certification off the back of a Wheaties box. And I believe I should be able to practice medicine, right? So my diagnosis to this whole situation is to pretty much just give my opinion. Being that I always say, me riding motorcycles, I've seen a lot of cats die on bikes. I do. I've seen a lot of cats die, and they had their helmet on and their leathers, full protective equipment on while they was riding, and they died. They end up dying, right? But for somebody to get ejected out of the top of a sports car at high speeds, unbuckled, and hit the pavement, they talk about punch drunk. They talk about pugilistica. Why do they talk about that in boxing? Because that is the velocity of a punch hitting you in the head. The gloves are there to protect the hands. That protection is not there to protect whatever you're punching, okay? The glove is there to protect the hands and not the object you're punching. So just take the padding of these gloves that's landing on the head of that adversarial foe. Then you take a car accident and you eject a human body with no protective gear, and you're talking about skull, you're talking about soft tissue, you're talking about everything crashing on the pavement. Listen, when it comes down to it, people, the pavement is undefeated. Especially American full grade pavement is undefeated. So you're talking about hitting the pavement, knocking out your teeth, and you're not going to have any residual effects. And we hear fighters all the time having pugilistica from fighting and taking damage to the head. Because truth be told, right, you only have one brain. You only have one brain. So you damage that one brain over time from being punched. They consider it to be CTE. All right? Some of the brains are not lighting up the way they used to be. So what makes you think if you are ejected out the top of a sports car and you land on the pavement that those same results will not be prevalent when they give you an MRI? Not only that, you're able to check yourself out of the hospital for whatever reason. You might have been afraid to stay in the hospital for that period of time for whatever reason. He checked himself out of the care of a hospital, and he went home, and he had to recover in the care of his family. Did he miss some important care and diagnosis? Yeah, I believe so. Do I believe it's going to be a residual effect? Yes, we see it. Right here, right now, we see it. You know what it is. He don't even talk the same. Why don't you talk the same? Why are you talking a lot slower than what you did before? Because pavement ain't nothing to fuck with, bro. Bud versus Rocha look like it's going to purse bid. Hey, that's what the headline's been. You know, purse bid. I'm happy. God damn it, I'm happy. Go to purse bid so we can get this shit out the way and move on to what's next for Crawford. Let Spence stay doing what Spence does. I'm not really sweating it, but you're right. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be going to first bid. What's going on? One's on deck. LDDC Shade Room 2.0. I'm not sure what that means, and you have to give me a little bit of time to figure it out. Yeah, they couldn't get it right, so it's going to bid. Same thing that happened with Herkovic Ruiz. Went to purse bid, but they didn't materialize. You know what I heard? I mentioned it on here once or twice before. You know, I heard that Crawford and Spence at one time went to purse bid, and it came back so low that they didn't even entertain it. I heard they went to purse bid a while back. They went to purse bid. It wasn't even spoken on because the money wasn't even close to what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. That's another thing. Why can't Crawford, and who's holding that shit up? Al Heyman, who say he don't want nobody else touching it. Why can't the fight go to purse bid, bro? Who ain't standing up? We know Crawford's standing up. We know Crawford's a free agent. Andrew Charles on deck, WCS Saloon on the road, listening in. Appreciate you, Andrew, for stopping in, man. Goddamn Andrew, the road warrior of YTC. For real. Shit, Andrew be every fucking where, dog. Yeah, I'll take 40 on pump 5. Yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on the road. Bud is YTC bread and meat. They don't make propaganda they don't eat. Yeah, man, talk to him, Cam. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's called, agitprop. Propaganda. They don't make up shit that benefit the boxing community. They make up shit that benefit themselves. That's the selfish part about motherfuckers that go around here and talk about building channels. Nigga, it's no retirement plan to this shit. You can talk all the bullshit you want. It's no retirement to this shit. So you can talk about views and subscribers all you want, and you can make a penny here and there, bro. But if the YTC ever starts to reconstruct their policies and guidelines and make it more difficult for us to make a penny, what are you going to do then? You're going to invest 10 to 15 years of your life on YouTube trying to say, oh, I did something that nobody else is do. Oh, whenever WCS talks shit, I can talk about his channel. I can talk about his channel like it matters. You want to hear another thing that people don't talk about too? Because I pay attention to this shit, right? These dudes talk so much about the views and the subs, right? But it's funny how some of y'all have over 100,000 subscribers and don't have the check mark by YouTube. Yeah, I'll wait. Do your research. I know a lot of y'all is transparent, right? That you don't pay attention to shit like that. But organically, if you have a certain amount of subscribers organic, from what I hear, 100,000, right? You can get your check mark from YouTube. You can get verified. I don't see that with what's his name over there. I don't see that with some other cats. Why don't Blue have a freaking check mark? Why isn't there some channels out here that has all these subs? And a nigga like me is waiting for you to get to 100,000. So you keep on purchasing them bitches, and I'm gonna sit here and wait, and then I'm gonna be like, you want to talk about subs, but you can't get the check mark from YouTube. So that goes back to what I was saying about you niggas purchasing motherfucking subscribers. Anyway, I gotta get back to topic. Greg, what's good? Stop it. Hey, I'm over here sounding like my boy Blunts. God damn it. See, now I'm gonna get into the thing. Okay, this is what I think. All right, I have to evaluate this shit right when it happened. See, Greg, I think you might be somewhere in Baltimore close to Blunt's. Y'all had a conversation, right? Just a leisure conversation. And he started, convincing you that the fight gonna happen. It's gonna be announced soon. Because that's his language too. The fight's gonna be announced soon, right? So he somehow influenced you to believe that the fight is gonna happen sometime soon. And you chose to jump on board. I see where this is going. Word of mouth travels fast. So Blunts have somehow influenced, befriended, accosted, and told you this information, and you sat on it for a little bit. He said, hey man, check out WCS, man, come over there. And finally he came over here, and sure enough, Blunts have influenced another boxing fan that the fight is going to be announced. Look, this is the only thing I can say, Greg. If the fight is going to be announced, bro, just do you have a date? Because last year we was blessed with July 4th and September 4th there, Greg. So if you have a date, Greg, get with Blunts and give us a date for the announcement, because this year we already 0-1. This year they said that Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia was going to be announced at the Super Bowl. So all I'm asking is for your help, your genuine help, brother. When is the date going to be announced? That's all I want to know. That's it. Cam said Chocolatito Duck Bud. Hey, man, shout out to Chocolatito, man. I actually like him as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate to the ones who dropping those gems. You know what I'm saying? Those boxing travelers. You know what I'm saying? Like, boxing just has so many depths to it. Real talk. The boxing in itself just has so many depths. So when I hear niggas talking about, oh, they the best over here, and they the best that did this, and they the best in boxing, okay, sure you are. Sure you are, nigga. For real. Virgil Ortiz duck Bud twice. Absolutely facts. But, you know, the respect that I have Virgil Ortiz, that Cam, is the fact that Ortiz let it be known, brother. Goddamn Ortiz let it be freaking known and say, hey, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. That's what Virgil, I respect that shit. I respect it, bro. Lost all the boxing, the LAB on deck. What's good? In the building. Oh, man, say, man, what's good? Hey, you know what it is, man. Hot Grease Chronicles, EP 93 on deck. WCS. You already know. I had to come back because they was getting very comfortable with not hearing my voice with the Hot Grease Chronicles. So I got to come back and address the whole niggas. You know what I'm saying? I got to address them because they still sitting up here trying to take jabs at Crawford. And they're not trying to hold Errol Spence accountable, a guy who has no fights on the itinerary. We're looking for the secret negotiations to surface so we can start speaking on this shit as if it's relevant to a fight that is coming to fruition. If this shit ain't motherfucking relevant, I don't want to hear shit about it then. I don't feel like talking about it as much. I don't feel like talking about it this much, bro. See, that's what I said. Then folks were saying Wilder has yes men around him. Hey, man. Hey, Mike. They say Joshua ain't in charge no more, bro. So you trying to tell me that the whole time y'all been training this motherfucker and he been doing what the fuck he wanted? I don't know what was going on in Wilder camp. I never had somebody, look, I never seen Wilder go over to somebody else's camp and they say, well, Wilder's no longer in charge. I'm pretty sure some yes men in a lot of camps, but I just never heard some shit like, Anthony Joshua is no longer in charge. He has to do what Derrick James tell him to. So what were your people doing over there across the pond? Like, seriously, what were they doing? Why wasn't they holding you accountable, dude? You know damn well that muscle was like having 8 backpacks. Lost all the boxing. Hey, man. I just put it out there, Cam. I'm just saying, people talk about, you know, they making this and they doing this. Stop purchasing your subscribers because it's gonna hurt you. Look, I already went through the amount of hours. I went through the amount of hours that someone put in a day. I did. I gave the whole breakdown. The amount of hours they put in a day, you calculate that annually within a 12-month calendar simulation, right? You take that number, and then, just like any other job, you put in what? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. So I went out on a long branch, right? And I said, I'm taking the annual accumulation of hours that you have occurred, and I times that towards the 30 year. I do that times 30 years on how many hours you would have worked on YouTube when you are not even getting paid by the hour. Not only that, you're putting in so many hours trying to fake the funk, buying all these subscribers and shit. What's going to happen when you have 300,000 subscribers? You don't spend all this money and you bored one day and you say, you know what, let me get the calculator out. And let me go through here. Okay, I bought subscribers. Total of, let me see, 47 times. And I paid that for each of them. Add that up. Then you calculate that and deduct it from the money you've made that you've grossed off YouTube. Then you take what YouTube takes, what YouTube takes from you, and then what you paid in taxes. Hey, man, you already know the deal. Don't let me break your spirit. Don't let WCS break your motherfucking spirit, bro. Y'all continue to pay for subscribers and make yourself look a certain way. But where's that check mark, Cam? Where's the fucking check mark, bro? If y'all have 100,000, where is the check mark? I want to see the check mark, bro. Crawford spins happen June 17th, Juneteenth weekend. See, they tried that, but listen, but peep this out. Cam, we haven't recovered from the Charlos fighting on Juneteenth. We haven't recovered. The Charlos who fought on Juneteenth and had nothing but a Mexican undercard, man, it put us back to the days of the Django there, Cam. Oh my God, that shit was wicked. You have two chromosomes that are damn near identical. Black men fighting on the same night. But yet the whole card it stops at the main event. The whole card stops at the main event on Juneteenth. Oh, what a travesty. What a travesty, bro. Yesterday, Bomac did confirm. And let me see. I know where you're going. I saw this video. But thanks for dropping the info, Shawty. Thanks. Yesterday, Bomac did confirm Bud Spence talks and sounded confident the fights happen this year. Please, everybody take a seat. Get your instruments. Let's go through the tuning phase. Tune your instruments. Hey, the violinists. Hey, can you come up here? Yeah, all four of you come up here. Just off the while everybody else is just warming up and everything. Just off the cuff, can you play a song based off what I'm reading? It said Bomac confirmed Bud and Spence talks sounded confident the fights are. We played this before. You remember what you played before? Okay, so just give the public just a little sound of what we've heard over and over. Yeah, the same tune every time we hear something about this motherfucking fight that ain't goddamn happening. Yeah, go ahead, please proceed. That's about how it goes, y'all. I'm not even exaggerating, man. It's no knock on Bomac. It's that I've gotten with the orchestra, and when I hear this news, right, the only instruments that I play is the violins because we pop several strings when we hear this damn news. We pop several strings all the time. We replace several components of the violin to enhance it in reflection of hearing this information and make sure it is tuned correctly and the strings pop every time. You understand me, band? The shit pops every time. Sir singing on deck, man. What it do, man? It's like 10 people just looking with not hitting the likes. Man, I don't know what it is, man. They you know, if I could talk about Bud all day, I could build up my subscriber count to 100,000 to get the check mark. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what it's about. I couldn't do that. I couldn't deprive myself of talking about other sports. Need a mariachi trumpet. For real, man. No. Hold up, bro. See, if you're going for the mariachi, I love that music. I do. I love that type of music, man. It just soothes my soul, especially when I'm going to an authentic Mexican restaurant and on a certain day, they have them up there playing. Real talk. And then it just makes, everything seem that much better. But we need to stick with the violins in this case, because with violins, you can switch in between a high moment and a low moment just based off how they swipe the violin. So it can take you to a high moment as if something suspenseful is about to happen and it's good, to a moment where you think, oh shit, someone's about to die. Oh man, what God damn, what the fuck? Oh, you know what I'm saying? They can give you that moment like somebody about to die. Some bullshit about to happen. Some bullshit. You can't get that from a mariachi band. You can't get that. But the violin can play. They can give you that sound, boy. The devil came down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. They can give you that. You know what I'm saying? They can start hitting you with that motherfucker. Man, don't get me started on that shit, dog. Jamal Neezy in the building, man. What it do, Neezy, on a Sunday? Salute WCS, salute the chat. Man, salute to you, Neezy, for pulling up, man. For real. WCS, when you said we popped several strings, my mind went to Tom and Jerry, Crambone. Man, I'm telling you that, Cam, bro. This shit right here, this topic, I you know, you always hear like, they don't understand that people are going to say certain things just to keep the topic short. Like, let's say, for instance, perfect example, right? I'm just going to put it out there, right? Let's just say, perfect example, Bo Mack was to say, I don't think the fight happening. What if Bo Mack was to say that? Not Crawford. Bo Mack says it. Because that's another thing about them fuck boys that sit up here and spread all this rhetoric about Crawford, is that they always talking shit about Bo Mack. And truth be told, I ain't gonna lie, you know, Bo Mack don't say much. But when you hear him talk about boxing, you hear him commentate, he can commentate his ass off. Like, he can talk that boxing shit. But as a trainer, he's out of sight, out of mind, low key. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine if Bo Mack would have said, I don't think the fight is happening. The fight isn't happening. Oh my goodness. They would have been up here saying Bo Mack, duck Errol Spence. He's been persuading Crawford all along that he don't want the fight. Why would he get up here and tell Fight Hype that he don't want the fight? Oh, it finally comes out. Oh my God, we finally found out. Bo Mack has been influencing Crawford not to take the fight. That is why they, you know what I'm saying? The shit goes on and on with these niggas, bro. It go on and on. They will blame every single being that's attached to Terrence Crawford when it comes to this subject. And look, it's good he just kept it light and said, I think the fight will happen. Because we go back to Crawford, it was a time and point where Crawford was like, I don't need Errol Spence for my legacy. He pretty much lambasted their ass. I don't need Errol Spence for my legacy. I don't need Errol Spence. He had the flamethrower on full. I'm talking about full blast, 100%, boom. You're gonna get max distance with that shit. He was flaming him. I don't need Errol Spence for my legacy. And then he was asked again. He said, hey, I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? You know, when asked about the fight, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. Human beings go through periods of emotion. So if Terrence Crawford was going through a period of emotion, frustration, whatever you want to do, and he just didn't want to talk about it, then so be it, man. But they ran with that shit. Crawford, you know, let's debate. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, let's debate. Then we go back to 2020 when Crawford said that he didn't need Errol Spence. Don't that give you the indication right there that the Omaha, Nebraska native didn't want the fight? Then that lets you know right there that he was ducking. See, we got different types of ducks over here. I'm telling you, dog, we got different types of ducks. And if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's Crawford when he said that he didn't want the goddamn fight. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Crawford went up here and said what he said, and them motherfuckers ran quick to the keyboard. So I'm glad Bo Mac didn't motherfucking say that the fight ain't happening. But guess what? Guess what? If y'all believe that shit happened, if y'all believe that shit's gonna be announced, if y'all believe all that shit's gonna be what it is, then hey, continue to. I'm gonna stay on this motherfucking stove. I'm gonna stay on the motherfucking stove for them whole niggas. I'm gonna stay being tuned in to they live streams. You know what I'm saying? They can't look, these whole niggas up here, goddamn, sending messages to YouTube and saying, I just wanna make a suggestion, please, that is there any way that since you all are changing your policies, is there any way that if you block someone from your channel, they can't listen in at all? I.e., World Combat Sports. See, we all got together. You probably know us. We've been on YouTube for quite some time. We all got together and we said, you know what name to start off with, because we just hate when he comes on here and speaks. So if you can come up with a new policy to say, if you block somebody from your channel, they cannot listen to the channel. You prevent them from being able to access your channel and listen to your channel. Now, when all this is said and done, could you please keep this anonymous, please? You know what I'm saying? Don't use the initials BFTB. Okay, don't use that. Don't do it, please. Keep it a secret, because I already filled some paperwork out on him before. I don't want him to think I'm continuing to have his channel removed. Okay, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, I just want to. We just want you to be able to lock it down, so that these subscribers that we block, they're not able to listen in on us and talk about us. It's just painful. This is very painful for us. We're trying to study and find content for boxing, and this guy goes live, and Lord knows if he's going live for the headstone, I just lose my breath thinking about it. I don't want him to bring the Reaper. Please don't bring the Reaper. Please. I swear to God, man. Them motherfuckers be behind the scene sending anonymous letters, bro. For real, dog. They up there trying to convince YouTube to change the policies. Man, we need it so you can mute. They won't be able to access the channel. And the account they create, it blocks them too. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but y'all really focused on that, because this guy's really ruining our business, man. I feel you, WCS, shits get old, but I can't see Mr. I Can't Eat Belts turning down the biggest payday of his career. This is the Pat Canelo check he's been chasing. I agree with the check, because, hey, why not try to make as most money as you possibly can in the sport, right? So I agree with making that check. But what the check is, boxing is a business, Bandelli, right? So if boxing is a business and we're talking about money, then with money and business, right, you have to factor in the what? The politics. Politics deals with the control of money any way you look at it. So in boxing, like I tell them all the time, man, I tell them all the time, they want some regulated shit to happen in an unregulated sport. And being that the sport is unregulated, you will continue to have situations play out where you just can't understand why the best fighting the best. You just can't understand why that promoter won't do, won't go through the damn lowest depth to try to make this fight happen. Politics will always influence the bag. Always influence the bag. There's no changing it. You want regulated shit to happen in a sport that's unregulated. You're going to continue to get disappointed. Because the hocus pocus of boxing is real life magic, bro. It's real life fucking magic. People think I just say that. No, I've been saying that for a long time. The magic, sometimes the magic benefits somebody, a boxer, and sometimes it don't. You know, magic benefits and affect others differently. I need me another good car, a guitar, for real. The reason why I don't use guitars, because violins just give you that tone fluctuation. You know what I'm saying? It allows you to go through scenes, bro. You know, the meter fairy and boyfriend crying right now. Hey man, you already know what it is when you wear a tie. You wear a shirt and a tie, and all you talking about is WCS. You feel me? Like these dudes get together on their keyboards and submit anonymous letters to have your channel taken down. That's facts. That's facts. But you want to work for the city and be over there in a shirt and tie talking shit. I got it. Shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing in the building this Sunday. Peace at WCS. Salute to the chat. Salute to you, coach. You already know. You already know. Shout out to Coach Malachi in the building. Everybody that's in there, hit the like button if you don't mind. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. Oh, that's a good one. Truth be told, I will have to save that until another headstone, because at this present time, it has been light. But I would definitely keep that for the archives. I appreciate you. I would definitely keep that for the archives. I will not dare put that out there and disrespect Bud Crawford, Hot Grease Chronicles EP 93. You know what I'm saying? I need to keep it straight about the Cook session that they overlooking, talking about Errol Spence Jr. This dude has nothing coming up on the radar. I hear there's secret negotiations. I want to hear from them. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from them, dog. Me the Fairy is curling a Snickers in his tank top somewhere. Hey, man. A time and a place. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it strictly on those individuals that's considered aerosexuals, and the individuals that refuse to speak on Errol Spence hiatus. The man ain't doing shit. He ain't doing a motherfucking thing right now. But yet, every time you turn on YouTube, you hear them talking about Bud Crawford, who does have a fight coming up. So since they refuse to talk about Errol Spence, I'll get on here and speak on it. I get on here and speak on it, because when I don't speak on it, they bored. They bored about the shit. You know what I'm saying? They get bored about it, bro. They get bored about it. So you got to come on here, lighten it up. You know what I'm saying? Send some rounds down range. You know what I'm saying? Drop some shit on their head so they can get up here and try to take subliminal shots at you. But at the end of the day, y'all hoe ass niggas ain't doing shit but talking about Bud Crawford. Y'all don't even have enough fortitude to talk about what Errol Spence ain't doing, but you create lies on what you believe Terrence Crawford should be doing. That's the hypocrisy of the motherfucking shit. You want to talk about what Crawford should be doing instead of talking about what Errol Spence isn't doing. We need to know what this big fight is all about, man. I don't want to hear no more questions about nothing. Do you think? Not to beat around the bush anymore. I'm pretty sure you know the question I'm about to ask. Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe? I know you heard this before. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. But has the thought came across that 2023 that somehow you and Bud Crawford will fight? You know, I get with Al. I get with Al on that. Dog, if you heard YTC, he said he didn't want nobody else touching him right now. I don't want that motherfucking fight, so shit. But hey, man, I get up with you, man. I got to go up here. Shit, I'm mad because Dad told me to, buy some acres that was 10,000, and now they 20,000. I ain't buy them acres when they was 10,000, shit. And I ain't been fighting, so I don't even have the money to goddamn buy 2 more acres worth 40,000 when I could have spent 20,000 for 2 acres. Now I gotta spend 40,000 for 2 acres. I'm mad, man, the motherfucker, dog. I'm mad that the motherfucker. I should have bought them acres for 10 an acre. Now they 20 an acre. Shit. That's a lot of goddamn money when you're fighting once a year. That's a lot of goddamn money, dog. That is a lot of money. And then, just think about it like this, y'all. If Errol Spence don't get a fight in 23, you know them horses? You know them horses that he riding on? I'm telling you. The motherfuckers might be up for auction. They're going to try to slide them motherfuckers in a Texas auction. You know people love horses down there in Texas. They're going to say, and next on day we have horse number 533. And the previous owner was, that guy, that ducker that stays down there in DeSoto. Yeah, Errol Spence Jr. This was once upon a time his horses. Oh, man, look at them. It looked like they was eating well. You know what I'm saying? A little rib cage here and there. But, hey, they passed a bill of health and everything looked good. But we're starting off at 15, 50, 55, 55. Oh, man, y'all need to stop, man. Have some tact. Y'all need to motherfucking stop. Have some tact, man, when y'all in the chat. Damn. Got to call Al for that allowance. For real, dog. He can't answer. Look, these fighters can't answer. You over there, you can't answer shit on your own, bro. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people, I'm not speaking for the consensus, right? Because it's impossible. But I'm just putting it out there. At this point in 2023, we know boxing has been like really treading lightly on excitement. Seriously. There's been some elevator music. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, we waiting for the shit to pop off. Like we keep on waiting. All we're going to get is the 4th of July, and then we're going to be back into the state of depression once again. But we waiting for certain fights to pop off, right? We have the other fights that no one really talking about, but truth be told, man, this fight right here is not even the elephant in the room no more. It's not the elephant in the room no more, man. This ain't the elephant in the room. No, bro. It's bigger than that. This topic right here has become Mother Earth. This is the shit that you can go out there on a walk and certain things remind you as if this fight should have happened, if it would have happened. Man, the breeze is beautiful. I wish I could have been in Vegas, man, and just for the Spence Crawford fight. You just start thinking about shit, man. Man, the way the sun, oh, man, this is a hot fight. This is a hot topic. Oh, man. And then you go out there, motherfucking shit might be raining when you walk into the car. Oh, man, hearing this shit over and over again, it's depressing, man. And man, this is the perfect weather for my thoughts. My thoughts on this fight, man, this is the perfect fucking weather, I swear. Rainy, cold, miserable. Man, them aerosexuals really fucked this fight up. I swear to God. This the feeling I get when I come out here and it's raining all the fucking time. I swear. I'm serious, y'all. Yeah, that's just the way it is when it comes to this topic. I always give you the warning, man, the disclaimer. Be very careful and listen to these same channels, these channels that talk about the same shit when it comes to Terrence Crawford. They refuse to talk about anything Spence got going on. Spence ain't doing shit. He's supposed to be in there taking punishment from Anthony. I encourage it. Really, I encourage it. If he was going 4 rounds last week, hey, I'm going to suggest to Derrick James, take him up all the way to 10. He's a unified champion. Let him get that heavyweight punishment. Seriously. Let Errol Spence get that heavyweight punishment so he can be as drunk as he wanna if they ever get this fight with him and Crawford. Because Crawford can be 43 years old. I guarantee you, Errol Spence will be 53 in boxing years. And if they want to fight when Crawford is 40, go ahead, get drunk. Get punch drunk all you want and take your ass in there and get lit up. I want you to feel those heavyweight punches from Joshua. Go right ahead, bro. If somebody's in there, if this is indeed true, that he's supposed to be conditioning himself by taking heavyweight shots with Joshua, please do it. And matter of fact, just to show how tough you are to Spence, leave the headgear alone. You don't need headgear. Leave the headgear, dog. You don't need no headgear, bro. Hey, man, let's be real, man. Let's be real. Leave the headgear. Joshua ain't innocent. He's a softie, bro. You know what I'm saying? All those knockouts he had at one time, man, don't worry about that shit. Don't worry about it. Seriously, don't worry about it. Y'all, man, hot grease, that's what it was, man. That's what it's always going to be. I got to start, coming back more often with the Hot Grease Chronicles because niggas out here sleeping. They felt comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They want to take subliminal shots. Listen, I'll tell you like this. You don't have to take subliminal shots at WCS. Just say my name and I'll respond. That's it. You don't have to take subliminal shots. Just say the name. But as I get up out of here, man, I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to send some care packages over there to Blue so he can get his check mark. You know what I'm saying? And tell him if he go do an itemized freaking shit on when he possibly purchased those, allegedly. He can delete them. If he has an itemized list, delete the motherfuckers. So when it might take you 86 away and put you at 100,001. That may be enough organic subscribers to pretty much get you the check mark. I don't like seeing channels around here that started after you, but still haven't gotten a check mark. I don't like that. I find that's very, very unprofessional, and the policy shouldn't be structured like that. Seriously, you should have your blue. I mean, come on, bro. You should have it. Whatever gray, blue, whatever check it is. If there's any channel on YouTube that should have that check next to it and talk about the baker's dozen, you thought I forgot that, boo bud? Nah, I never got. Our subscriber count must be the same because I don't have a check. You don't need it, homie. I'm out.